So, Kef Kimia Junubin, today I've come to respond to an article that was written by Aoiton Ladmakiriak, and most of you went through the article yesterday night and today morning. The article was full of trash, full of incitement, full of hatred. I don't know what was his motive when he was writing. Was he trying to decampaign or devalue the Twitch community? Because when you try to look into that article very well, it is full of nonsense. And the person who wrote this article is someone that is informed, a PhD holder, of which South Sudanese yesterday were wondering, what kind of a PhD holder is this person? Or is he among the people that Honorable Otanyuweka Teng was defining them? He said that you can be a PhD holder, but at the same time you can be very stupid. Because the things that were written in that article, you cannot believe they can come from a PhD holder, as he is. When you go in the constitution, or even under the new curriculum, the new syllabus in South Sudan, there's a subject, citizenship, and that is book 2. When we talked about the democratic processes, and then the democratic processes, we have one, they said involvement in constructive activities, and that is what the Twitch is doing. They're involving themselves in activities which are not against the law, which are not against the government. So what is wrong with them to involve in constructive activities, as it is encouraged by the law? And even in the article, you saw something yesterday, that the Twitch are supporting Riek Machar, and Riek Machar is the same man who is responsible for what happened in 1991. As an educated person as he is, the countries are not built on the issues of past. The good example is Rwanda, our neighbor here in East Africa. They had one of the darkest history in East Africa. They had genocide in 1994. But if you see the Rwanda of today and the Rwanda of 1994, you cannot believe. The country has moved forward. They had to reconcile, they had to forgive, regardless of the number of the people that were killed. So for South Sudan to move forward, we have to forget about the thing that happened in the past for us to move forward as one nation. But we have some individuals like him who are reminding the people of Twitch East or the people from Bor about what happened in 1991. It is not something that you need to remind us. All of us, we know. But we choose peace. People choose love. People have to move forward as a country. We cannot dwell. Second to that, South Sudan is not one-party state. South Sudan is a multi-party state. So if the people of Twitch choose today to support Riek Machar, it's not a crime. It is not written anywhere in the laws of South Sudan. So South Sudan is a multi-party state. And if South Sudan is a multi-party state, it means that any citizen in South Sudan is allowed to join any political party of their choice. Malaysia, if South Sudan was a one-party state, and then all of us will have to rally behind President Salva Kiir Mayardit. But the problem with the supporters of the SPLA or the loyalists, they want to make South Sudan to be the North Korea. But the problem is that South Sudan is a democratic country, whereby multipartyism is allowed. You can form your political party, and any person can join. So if joining Riek Machar is a crime, and then we don't see any problem there, because South Sudan is a multi-party state. Another thing, where he come from, the writer, in Lake State, the deputy governor of Lake State is from IO, and the most powerful people in IO today, the like of Gaimayan Luke, is from IO, and is from Lake State. We have Honorable Agarbol, is also from IO, but is from Lake State, and majority of them from Lake States, they have joined IO. But you have never seen any son of Twitch East criticizing the great Lake State because of few individuals, because their political affiliation has nothing to do with the people of Lake States, because IO is a party, SPLA is a party. So this is one thing that he has to put in mind, okay? You have to put in mind that if you're a PhD holder, you should not be someone that incite hatred among the communities. You should be someone that encourages peaceful coexistence and how South Sudan should move forward, but not how South Sudan should move backward. This is what you're doing. So we shall put you under that category of Honorable Atanyuweka Teng. He said that those PhD holders who are stupid, you are one of them. As a PhD holder, you cannot encourage hatred and remind people of what happened in 1991. What are your goals? You want people to hate the Nuer community because of what happened in 1991. Remember, it was not all of them. How many years from now? 1991. That is almost 3 decades. Okay? South Sudan has to move forward. And because of some people like you, these are the people that the national security should come for them, because you are inciting. Your statement is against national security. What are you doing? You are inciting the communities. Okay? For example, Majanga God, yes, he disagreed with the ruling party in 2013. But today, he's living in South Sudan. Only that he has decided that he's not going to take part in the current regime. So why are you so bitter on him? Understand? Why are you so bitter on him? If you are handling Dr. Majanga God, handle him individually. If you see another Tweed son, you have to handle them individually. And then you should learn how to distinguish individuals and the communities, like the way we do from Twitch East. And what Twitch East did in Juba, involving in activities that promote peace, is not a crime. Lastly, there's something that you mentioned. You even mentioned some youth from different countries, someone like Babu Owino. You know, the reason Babu Owino is at the age of 35 and is the MP of Embakasi East in Nairobi is because of the democracy in Kenya. Kenya is not a one-party state. Kenya is a multi-party state. Understand? They have ODM. And Babu Owino today is against the ruling party because they are in the opposition until today. Now the Kenyan government, they have what is called the broad-based government. The like of Babu, the like of Edwin Sifuna, that are against it. But they cannot be crucified because they are law allowed opposition. So is it bad to have the opposition in the country? Understand? So if you want to have youth who are like Babu Owino, it is through democracy. It is through multi-party, not through one-party state. This is what you have to put in mind. And if you are looking for the national seat or a position for you to be appointed in by insulting the community of Twitch East, and then you are wrong. Because if you are appointed today as a minister, you're not going to serve the people of Lake State. You are serving South Sudanese at large. So you have to check, you have to sit down and review yourself as a PhD holder. You do more research. South Sudan is not in North Korea, or South Sudan is not going to be one of the one-party state, because the political parties are there. The formation of many political parties is allowed by the law. Thank you.